Previously on the F1 Aston Martin Road to Glory series.
From 17th on the grid to 10th at the finish, we claim our first point as an Aston Martin driver. A good job from us. This is the headline, not Charles Leclerc winning. This is what we should all be talking about. Us coming from 17th to 10th.
And no, that was not a fluke. This is a real series here. That was not just a one-off episode. We are back then for the Aston Martin Road to Glory series. Wait, what? Where are we in this screen here? Where's Vettel even as well? I guess we're so bad Vettel doesn't want to appear. Oh, there he is. Hello, Vettel. How are you today? Anyways, welcome back then to the Aston Martin Road to Glory series, episode number 2 today for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Okay, Vettel's left again. But anyways, we are here then. I'm excited for this new episode after coming off a strong point finish at Bahrain. Great finish for us for the Aston Martin team. They really need that. But anyways, coming to this race, we have 2,250 resource points to spend, and we're going to spend it on 3 upgrades. One on the chassis side, one on the powertrain side, and one more on the aerodynamic side. The aerodynamic does not have a discount, but hey, we need the upgrades as quickly as we can here. That means 3 upgrades potentially coming in then for the Australian Grand Prix, which will be huge if every single one of them can come in. And we do have one coming in for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, one that we rushed last episode. It's the Venturi tunnels for the rear downforce. Should be helpful for this circuit, but unfortunately, as we go through time, it's failed. I mean, what do you really expect from this, to be honest? Aston Martin, come on. Really? But we do have enough resource points. That's going to come in time, definitely in time, though, for the Australian Grand Prix. So now this means 4 potential upgrades for the Australian Grand Prix, although I really don't like that because I don't want to get my hopes up too high here. Anyways, we are going to advance through time here, coming into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. They are asking us to potentially do a Pirelli hot lap, but there's no need to. That's only saved for the My Team Career Mode series. We don't need to do that. We are only going to skip to the race weekend. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak then. Anyways, we are here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the STC Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in 2022. Should be an interesting race for us. Pretty decent around Saudi Arabia. If you guys did watch the F1 22 My Team Career Mode series, we did finish 7th in that race. Please be sure to go check that one out if you have not done so already. Anyways, loading up the setup for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Time for quali here, taking out all the fuel that we unnecessarily don't need here. We are given 4 sets of soft compounded tires. Don't ask me why. It's a one-shot quali. But anyways, we're coming down the main straight here. DRS wide open as we blast our way down the main straight here, across the start-finish line, then to start our one and only hot lap here. Looking good so far. Coming into turn 1 though. Nice, easy on the brakes here. Clip that first apex and clip that second apex here. Potentially, briefly, up there in P1 if you just saw there. Very, very good first 2 corners. As we go through the S section, this is where we're going to lose a lot of time here as we go very wide there. Having to compromise our entire line here. You can see we are falling through the ground. Falling through the places like a stone here. And this is where the Aston Martin struggles a lot. We're not very good at turning in the corners, as you can clearly see there as they come into the left-hander here. Only about 5/10 behind the leader Shaw crew as we go. We touched the wall though. Yeah, okay, that's my fault there. Yeah, I may have touched the wall there, and I may have turned in a little too aggressively as we come into the right-hander here. The blinder hit, actually getting a great run through there, actually. Having to get off the throttle, though, as the car was going sideways about halfway through the corner here. Now coming to the fast left-right-hander here. Even with the damaged front wing, can we actually do this somewhat and maintain this somewhat flat out? Down to 6th gear, and as we come into the left, oh no.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Mark, I'm not okay. Because I just crashed out of qualifying. I probably should have known, considering I had a damaged front wing. But I tried. Anyways, you can see us here. We had no grip. There was just the understeer was just absolutely monstrous. And I mean, to be fair, Mark had a decent reason to say, "Are you okay?" Because that was a pretty hefty impact, I must say, with the wall. We were coming in about 130, 140 miles an hour. I mean, that's no fluke there. That's some pretty dangerous stuff here. But yes, we are out of qualifying. Leclerc is on pole position ahead of Paris and Verstappen. And where's Vettel exactly? Vettel is in 17th. Are you kidding me right now? This is not looking good for us this episode, isn't it?
We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the lower Hejaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits in the Formula One calendar, Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at a topographical map of the Jeddah Street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, George Russell and Hamilton, Bottas, Norris, Ricciardo and Kevin Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Joe, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel and Alex Albon, Latifi and Gallagher. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you here with us today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Well, it is time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and it's going to be a long one, I must say. Lining up 17th and 20th, respectively, for the Aston Martin Cognizant Aramco Formula 1 Team, whatever the heck it's called, I don't know. They make up such a long name. But anyways, then, coming to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, a simple one-stop here from the soft to the medium compounded tires. I was thinking about doing medium to soft and just absolutely sending on the last couple laps, but, I mean, most of the field is starting on the soft compounded tires, so we are going to stick with them on these soft compounded tires. About lap 5, we're going to pit onto the medium compound tires, and then there'll be a 8-lap stint to the end. I think the only person on the medium tires actually in this field is Esteban Ocon, so maybe Alpine are doing the opposite of what we're doing, a medium to soft compound tire strategy, but we shall see as we line up on the grid then. And we get a nice purple parking spot. Yes, we can. Latifi lines up in his spot as well. So let's get on to 5 red lights for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and we are green, green, green here for the Jeddah Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in the Jeddah Konichi circuit. Held there for quite a long time as we now make our way down into turn 1. Vettel will make it 3 wide with both Alpines there. We try to make up some positions here against Yuki Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri here. Gets squeezed off though by Esteban Ocon. That's going to lose us a bit of momentum as we make our way now towards the next corner. Into the left-hander we go. We're going to maintain this with Yuki Tsunoda, try to squeeze him out, but he keeps his foot in there. And we're going to go side by side through the S section here. Keeps his nose in there, but we're going to ultimately squeeze him out into this right-hander. Beautiful move from us as we maintain P17. Didn't make up any positions, but didn't lose any, which is good for us as we now make our way towards the left-hander here. Meanwhile, up ahead, looking at the ladder here, looks like you got Perez leading the way from Charles Leclerc. Looks like Perez actually got a good getaway off the line here. Maybe snuck it up the inside into turn 1 there. But Leclerc is fighting his way through. As you can see here, the yellow Ferrari, or the yellowish Ferrari here from the previous update that we had. Meanwhile, you got this huge train here just forming as we now make our way into the fast left-right-hander here. You can see Tsunoda is pressurizing us like crazy here as we now make our way to the left-hander here. Maintaining a good gap through here. Don't get on that curb too much because you're going to spin right into the wall. The AlphaTauri is pretty decent in the straight line, so we're going to be very careful here. But meanwhile, Esteban Ocon is trying to make a move on Sebastian Vettel, and whoa, what a squeeze there by the German driver there to furiously maintain P15 there, as he almost had to look up the inside of his old mate, Fernando Alonso there. Remember, 2 title rivals back from the early 2010s here. Being looking up ahead of the way, you got Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez dueling it out then for P1 of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Can Leclerc take back the lead then of the Saudi Arabian? Yes, he can. Meanwhile, for us, back then in our world here, we set it up the inside there of Esteban Ocon. We tried to at least, but unfortunately, we cannot make the move stick here. It should be crucial that we get past Esteban Ocon, because remember, Esteban Ocon, he is on the harder compounded tire, as we just double checked to make sure we haven't damaged the front wing. We had a bit of scrapes here and there across some other guys, but luckily managed to keep ourselves intact here. Meanwhile, at the end of lap 2, then looking behind to make sure Yuki Tsunoda is not making a move on us. We do make up a lot of time though in this last corner here under the brakes here, as we now apply the power as quickly as we can. Meanwhile, looking behind it, up ahead actually, sorry, to see Mick Schumacher maybe making a move then on Zhou Guanyu. And there is us now trying to make a move then on Esteban Ocon, using plenty of yours. Down the inside we go, later on the brakes. A beautiful move there, up into P16 there. And then looking behind our teammate Sebastian Vettel here. Meanwhile, Mick Schumacher, Zhou Guanyu trade positions here. Schumacher's up to 11, Zhou Guanyu's down to 12. Gasly is still running then in 13th there. And Fernando Alonso's gonna sneak it up the inside there. Up here, Gasly, a beautiful move there by the Spaniard, really shoves him wide there. And meanwhile, there's us swooping wide through there, as we didn't get the best camera view there. But Vettel, he got squeezed out by us as we made our way up the inside there. Unfortunately, the recording got corrupted there just at the moment I was recording. Maybe they don't want to see Aston Martin doing some overtakes there, but unfortunately that has left Vettel to drive, and he's not going to have to fight against Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda gets his nose ahead of Vettel then, so immediately Vettel goes down to P18. But anyways, looking up ahead to see Zhou Guanyu and Mick Schumacher going at it once again here. Let's see if these guys can trade positions once again into the left-hander here. Zhou Guanyu just a little too far back there to make a move there, and Mick Schumacher maintains his P11 so far. Schumacher's already 2 seconds behind the likes of Ricardo. We need to catch up to this train as quickly as we possibly can. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz, he's made an error there, and that's a lot for Verstappen to get up the inside. And meanwhile, Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton, the two Brits, going side by side there. Russ has got a great view of these two scrapping it out there. Who's going to edge out ahead there? There goes the Red Bull, there goes the Ferrari. Both trading positions here as they both try to see who's going to take the final podium spot here and try to hold on to it there. Sainz on the inside, Verstappen on the outside. Verstappen's got the better run through there. And Verstappen's up to P3 then of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, behind you still got us fighting it out then for these bottom top 10 spots here. We're trying to make our way up as, oh my gosh, Vettel, what are you doing down there? You're fighting a Williams, for good measure. He's fighting Alex Albon. He squeezes him to the inside, and he will maintain P18 for now. Meanwhile, lap 4 onto lap 5, then we got the two Brits going side by side into the first turn here. Who's going to have the better run through? Norris sneaks up the inside, though Hamilton trying to wing it around the outside and make the move stick against the Papaya driver. They're still going side by side into the left-hander here. Hamilton, though, gets ahead, and now Bottas could be interesting here as he gets squeezed out, though, by Norris here. There's Kevin Magnussen watching all this. Ricardo also hanging on to this as well, as still, for some reason, Vettel and Albon are going side by side here. I don't know why these guys are fighting. We really have ticked off Vettel here. But meanwhile, back into our world here on lap 5 then of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Still trying to hang on to Pierre Gasly here, as he have made a move then on Esteban Ocon, and he has not been able to keep up with us that much there. He's still within DRS range, still keeping us honest, even on the medium compounded tires, and that just shows you how much better the Alpine is compared to the Aston Martin here. But anyways, we're still trying to hang on to Pierre Gasly here. It is the lap to box though. Lap 5 is when we're going to get off these soft compounded tires and get onto the medium compounded tires here. As we make contact with the wall there, have to take avoiding action there. That's not good for us. How is our vehicle?
It's probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive.
So I'm going to assume that we don't have too much wing damage. I have set that to no, just in case, so we don't lose too much time in the peeling as we come into the fast left right-hander here. We do lose a lot of time in this sector though. I feel we're not very good in the high-speed corners. As you can see, Ocon is trying to make a move on us. He is gaining. We're running out of ERS to use here. He's going to sneak it around the outside into the last corner here. Lost to the late breakers. We make the move stick and keep ourselves ahead of the Frenchman. As you can see, Charles Leclerc is into the pit. Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, and George Russell both stay out. Leclerc, Verstappen, and Hamilton are into the pits. Magnussen, Ricardo, and Bottas are in as well. We follow Alonso and Gasly into the pits as well, actually destroying the forced speed limit thingy-mabob on the left-hand side. As we now wait for our turn in right now. Nice optimal turn in here. Soft tires off, medium tires on. Having to wait for some guys to go, but now we are go here. We did actually lose a bit of time though, I think. I think Gasly wasn't as far when we entered the pits compared to when we exited the pits. But now we are out of the pits then on the medium compound tires. We gotta warm up these tires then as quickly as we possibly can to try and get these up to temperature so we can get up to racing speed once again then. But meanwhile, let's look up ahead then. We got Sergio Perez first, Sainz, Russell completing the top 3, Norris 4th, Schumacher 5th, Zhou Guanyu 6th, Ocon's in 7th, but we know Ocon's going to run long because he's on the medium compounded tires there. Tsunoda stays out. There's Leclerc and Verstappen running 9th and 10th. Obviously, they have already pitted onto the medium compounded tires as well. And you can see a beautiful, absolutely beautiful shot there of the helicopter watching over Sergio Perez. I do like these helicopter shots. These helicopter shots are actually very, very nice. And it kind of looks like real life, I must say. And it is very satisfying, I must say, just to watch these F1 cars go by so fast. But anyways, I think Perez will be coming at the end of this lap. And as he makes his way into the final corner here, the left-hander gets on the power nice and early. And he will be making his way into the pits as well. Sainz and then Russell, I'm assuming, will follow suit as well. There is Sainz and there is Russell making their way into the pits as well. And I'm assuming Norris, Schumacher, Joe will all make their way into the pits as well. There goes Norris. And then there's this big train here. Ocon is going to stay out and inherit the lead then of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Remember though, he still has to make his stop onto, I'm presuming, the soft compounded tires. Depends how long it can take them. And anyways, there are the remaining guys here. Let's watch Tsunoda as Vettel now makes his way into the pits along with Nicholas Latifi. Let's see where Tsunoda's going to come out. Because remember, we were ahead of Tsunoda by, I'd say, about 2-3 seconds when we made our way into the pits. So there's a group of cars making their way down. There's us in the top left there as we now make our way into the left-hander here for the first 2 corners. We are ahead of Schumacher, but we are behind Tsunoda here as that was not actually the best outlap we had. Actually, sorry, we were actually behind Schumacher then as we go way too hot into the corner, nearly running right into the back then of Yuki Tsunoda here. Actually behind Schumacher. I thought we were ahead of Schumacher for some reason. Actually, we're ahead of Joe Guan Yu then, but you can see Tsunoda is struggling to turn the tires up there as he's just exited the pits then on cold, fresh rubber. Remember, we are 1 lap older tires. However, we have the warmer tires. We're trying to go to the outside and nip it up the inside there, but Tsunoda just has a drive here. We got to get ahead of him before his tires get up to temperature so that we can have the best chance of pulling away as we come into the right-hander here. Nice and easy in 5th gear here. Now into the left-hander we go, get as close as we can to the wall, minimize the scrubbing of the speed as we turn the car. DRS wide open. We're not going to pass him into this left-right-hander. We're actually going to lift and coast just a little bit here just to make sure he doesn't go too defensive and slow us down. That's going to help us save a bit of fuel as well. I did fuel the car for, I'd say, about a 0.1 of a lap over, but I think we'll be fine for now as we now try to charge our way up. Tsunoda, we're running out of ERS here. Tsunoda's got no DRS, so we're going to sneak it up the inside into the last corner here. It's a beautiful move as we squeeze him out then, and we move up into P15. And now our sights set then on Mick Schumacher as we now look behind as a replay just to see Esteban Ocon still leading the way. Then Leclerc, Perez, and Verstappen are still hunting him down though as we look to see Kevin Magnussen and Valtteri Bottas try to make a move. They're both trading sides here as we now make our way towards the last corner here. Will Bottas be able to make a move? Yes, he will, because Magnussen locks up there. Bottas says thank you very much. He makes his way up into P10, but Magnussen's got the DRS as well. And you can see there's us confirmation that we have gotten ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. Then will he make a move? Then remember, he's got the slipstream. Bottas has only just got DRS into the first corner. We go. Bottas on the inside, Schumacher around the outside. Fernando Alonso is just watching this with a bucket of popcorn here, waiting to pick up the scraps there. Bottas just manages to stay ahead of Magnussen here as he maintains P10 here. Let's see if we can try to catch up to the likes of Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris here at P9 and P8. They're a little far ways ahead there, but I think with the pace that we've got, and if we can somehow get past these guys as quickly as we can here, we should be able to get ahead. As we now see, Charles Leclerc has gone ahead of the Frenchman here, and now the Frenchman will soon be a sitting duck here. But Verstappen, he's pretty close then to Sergio Perez there as we make our way down this back straight here. He's going to make a move here. DRS wide open for both of the Red Bulls here. But you can see the back step has got the balls to send it up the inside here. What a move there by the Dutchman there. Nearly hits the wall there. Gives his space to his teammate, bro. But they are losing time into the Frenchman there. This is going to play beautifully then into Esteban Ocon's hands as he does not have to worry about the Red Bulls trying to pressure him into the last quarter. Then Esteban Ocon still has got the DRS. Jeez, I'm losing my words here. There's so much action. Meanwhile, there's us and Schumacher trying to deke it out there. We're trying to get ahead of Schumacher on this lap then. But there goes Esteban Ocon then. Into the pit lane he goes from the medium compound of tires. Meanwhile, back to our POV here. We're trying to catch up to Mick Schumacher here. We're a bit far behind, but we're going to send it down the inside into the last corner. We outbrake ourselves too much. Schumacher goes for the classic switchback there. I think he had the DRS detection zone there as we're now going to try to pull our way through there. Schumacher's got the DRS though, tucked behind him into the slipstream here using all the ERS that we've got as now Ocon makes his way out of the pit lane and then into the left hander. We go into the right hander. Not the best camera angle, but you see us here just up the inside there as Ocon will have the drive on the outside. And Ocon, hold up, how is he on the hard compounded tires? Wait, What are Alpine doing here? There's 5 laps to go of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and they have literally put Ocon on the hard compounded tires. That is literally Ferrari strategy 2.0 there. As now we move on to lap 11 then of 13 here. Alonso sneaks it up the inside there of K-Mag here. Gasly is watching this with a bucket of popcorn here, trying to pick out a move here and pick up the scraps, just like Alonso did to Bottas and Magnussen as well. I don't think we'll actually be able to catch the 2 McLarens here. Those guys are pretty darn fast here, but these guys, because they've been squabbling, look at the delta time here as we now make our way into the left-hander here. Look at us. We're just there. We are literally right in the mix here. Right here, right now. If you just caught it on the left side, purple to the first sector here. We have been pushing like a stabbed rat on these last couple laps to try to catch the DRS, and it has paid off here. These tires are starting to get a little hot though, I'm not gonna lie, as we are experiencing some understeer in the high-speed corners here, but it'll be worth it once we get ahead of these guys here. It's not ready to open the DRS down the straight here. We finally caught the DRS here. We pulled a huge gap then to Tsunoda. Schumacher's now another 7 seconds behind us, and then I don't even know, Ocon, he's back in the pits for some reason. He must have been back into the pits to change tires here, as now we could potentially see Alonso make a move then on Kevin Magnussen. Another great helicopter view here as we now make our way into the final corner here. Let's see if they'll pick up the scraps here, as we see Alonso charging around the outside. A beautiful move there by the Spaniard here, but then he does not have the DRS there. K-Mag's got the DRS, Gasly's got the DRS as well. K-Mag tries to sneak it up the inside. He squeezes in though. It's going to be 3 wide into the first corner here. We're trying to pick up the scraps and try to make up some places here. Instead, all we do is make some contact tire to tire with Pierre Gasly there, and we don't actually manage to make up any positions here. But wow, what a moment there as the 3 drivers went side by side. Alonso is going to try to push away to hold on to that final point spot there. But look at us here. We're right here. We're right about to sneak it up the inside here. Let's see if we get a good run. We get a good run through here though. Use a bit of ERS as we pull to the outside here. Gasly is going to be a sitting duck here as we now make our way towards the left-hander here. Into the left-hander we go. And it's a classic move here. Can we hang the momentum around the outside, carry the speed through there, on the power we go, and it is another beautiful move for us as we now make our way up to P12 then of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. 1.5 laps to go to try and make our way up into the top 10 here. We're right on Magnussen's tail here, and we're running out of ERS though. Unfortunately, we don't harvest too much ERS though in the braking zones, which is a little unfortunate because we need that ERS on the last lap here as we make our way through the left right hand, getting oh so close to the walls there as we nearly made some contact and had a bit of front wing damage. Nearly doing what we did in qualifying there. Anyways, looking behind to make sure Gasly does not try to overtake us into the last corner. Magnussen is catching Alonso at a rate of not, but let's see if we can pick him off first. Onto the main straight we go, and towards the last lap of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. But unfortunately, this is the moment where the AI just absolutely yeet their battery to the shadow realm here. We have no battery to spend here, but let's see what we can do. Into the right-hander here. Magnussen's a bit slower. We tuck it up the inside there. We scare Magnussen off the road, and there is Aston up into P11 there with Alonso just ahead. But again, the AI yeet their battery on the last lap there as we try to maintain good momentum. The short shifting up to 6th gear there as we make our way through the S section here, trying to get a good run through here. The tires are screaming out in pain here as we are onto the last lap. They're taking an interesting lap here, but you can see Alonso is pulling away from us. The Alpine obviously is still a better car than us, but we need the ERS upgrades, and we just need purely a better car that's less draggy, less heavy, or actually lighter I should say, and that can produce some good horsepower. As you can see, the Alpines are starting to streak away here. We're just about hanging on to the DRS then of the Spaniard here, not getting the greatest of run through there, yeeting the battery for ourselves here, but you can see Alonso is still trying to pull away here. Let's see on these next 2 DRS straights, can we somehow make an advantage as Charles Leclerc wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix ahead of Verstappen. Perez holds off Carlos Sainz for P4. George Russell comes home in P5. Hamilton in P6 there. Good result for the Mercedes team. Norris and Ricciardo in 7th and 8th. Ricciardo holds off Bottas at the line. There's us. He might have just caught us there. Right there, making our way into the last corner. Then into the last corner we go. This is a replay here. Now into the live action. We get a massive snap of oversteer though. Not what we wanted as we were eager to get on the power. Then Magnussen tries to get the momentum, but we just hold on for P11. We were so close. So close. From last to 11th. It is depressing for us. We could have had a second point finish, but it's driver of the day, and it's another good result for us.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Ferme then. What a fantastic race. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So congratulations then to Charles Leclerc for winning the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Starts off the season right with 2 wins in a row here. But it is painful for us, I must say, as we got very, very close to getting another point for the Aston Martin team. It was a good battle, I must say, that we had a lot of fun there around the Jeddah Corniche circuit. I must say, it is actually a really fun track to race around and have some good battles, just because of the high-speed nature of the circuit, and also because the cars are much, much easier to follow thanks to the new regulations. But anyways, that's P11 for us. I don't think Vettel actually finished a very good race here. As you can see here, confirmation that Leclerc has won and we finished P11. Vettel finishes P18. This guy needs to get his act up. The guy's rated 90 overall in this career, must say, and he is still in 18th. We need to give him a better car. We need to work together to give him a car that can maybe even get a podium and some good point finishes. But anyways, that's it then for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for the Australian Grand Prix. It's time for redemption.